Coming up, rain is on the way and with it possible flooding. Craig's forecast and a CBS 4 exclusive. Jeb Bush opens up about his daughter's struggles with drug addiction. Next at 11.
Just ahead, a South Florida mystery. 2 bodies found in Fort Lauderdale.
And Donald Trump calls out Ted Cruz over his Canadian roots. Next.
Developing still tonight. 2 bodies. Few answers. We're on the scene of a gruesome discovery.
Every time I think about those kids, it gets me mad.
After the president's emotional words about gun violence, what does his executive order really mean? And will it make us safer?
Jeb Bush, one-on-one with CBS 4's Jim DeFeeti. Our former governor gets personal about a problem that could have destroyed his family.
Donald Trump takes aim at Ted Cruz and his citizenship.
We have Stephen Avery in custody, though.
And what you didn't see in Making a Murderer. The 2 sides in the documentary Sound Off.
From Miami-Dade, Broward, and the Keys, this is South Florida's CBS 4 News.
We begin with our eye on the storm and a live look outside at downtown Miami. Brisk but dry.
That will not be the story when you wake up in the morning. CBS 4 Chief Meteorologist Craig Setzer tracking the next round of rain, and it's coming soon, right, Craig?
Yeah, it's in fact the radar showing that the rain is now increasing through much of South Florida. The Keys now starting to pick up some rain, especially in the middle and upper Keys, eventually the lower Keys too. But look what's going on in the last hour now. The rain increasing quite a bit just offshore. Much of this activity working its way back into South Florida, so the roads are going to get wetter and wetter as we go through the night, and tomorrow's morning commute could be kind of a mess. Give yourself extra time. Here's upper level disturbance that's moving across the Gulf. That's what's helping to squeeze the atmosphere tonight. It's over us tonight and tomorrow, and then moves on out, so our weather improves quickly, but until then, heavy rain is possible, especially over the Keys. Heaviest rain from the system is going to be well to the south over the ocean and the straits, but 1 to 2 inches is possible across mainland parts of South Florida. So showers likely, fairly windy overnight, periods of rain tomorrow and staying breezy. I'll have a look at an improving forecast later in the week coming up in a bit.
All right, Craig, we're getting some alarming breaking news from overseas right now. North Korea says that it has successfully conducted a hydrogen bomb test, the country making the announcement on their state-run television just moments ago.
조선의 첫 수소탄 시험 완전 성공.
The broadcast reportedly went on to threaten that the country would use nuclear weapons if provoked. A hydrogen bomb is more powerful than a typical nuclear bomb. Earlier this evening, when the news first broke, agencies all over the world were reporting that they had detected seismic activity in the communist country at a magnitude of 5.1, the epicenter right where North Korea does carry out its nuclear tests.
Now at 11, a gruesome mystery in a Fort Lauderdale neighborhood. 2 men found dead behind a home, and nobody knows who killed them. CBS 4's Kerry Codd has been working this story all day. He's live tonight at Fort Lauderdale Police Headquarters. Kerry?
Yeah, a little bit of new information. Fort Lauderdale Police confirming to us late tonight that those 2 men who were found dead behind a duplex near Sunrise Boulevard and Dixie Highway were shot to death. Meanwhile, for one family, this day has been filled with unimaginable grief.
Carrie, thank you. Well, tonight, President Obama in tears, getting very emotional on live TV, announcing executive actions to combat gun violence. The president wiping away tears more than once, recounting mass shootings that have taken place during his 2 terms, recalling some of the youngest victims, like the 21st graders massacred at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut.
Every time I think about those kids, it gets me mad.
President Obama urging the country to tackle gun violence with more urgency. His executive orders will expand background checks during all gun sales, beef up enforcement of existing gun laws, provide money for mental health care, so often a factor in suicides and mass shootings. He also wants to spur new gun safety technology. CBS 4's Aurelio Ortega has reaction from here in South Florida.
Nobody really knows when the laws will go into effect and how it's going to affect everybody.
South Florida gun store owners trying to make sense of President Obama's executive action on gun control. Among some of the changes, new licensing requirements for small-scale gun sellers, which would expand the definition of a gun dealer to include anyone selling a gun regardless of the venue.
You can't make everybody a gun dealer. It's impossible because the average person does not qualify to the ATF requirements to become a gun dealer.
The president's announcement has left some South Florida gun store owners with questions as to how the changes would be implemented.
One of the problems that I see is none of the politicians really understand the gun laws. They don't understand the gun itself, and they don't understand the laws. So what they do is they make up rules not knowing what the rules already are.
One thing that is clear, according to gun store owners, is that when gun control conversations take center stage nationally, gun sales soar.
In all honesty, Obama was one of our best salesmen we've ever had. Every time he would come up with a speech, within the next week or two, our gun sales were up.
Aurelia Ortega, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Tonight, Florida Atlantic University officially fired the professor who attracted national publicity by claiming the Sandy Hook massacre was a hoax. The university sent a letter to James Tracy to inform him he has been fired. The letter stated that Tracy had first been told the dean had recommended his firing on December 16th and that Tracy never responded to that notification. The school actually fired him for not getting approval for his outside business ventures. A Miami firefighter behind the wheel of a rescue truck that collided with a fire engine has been disciplined. Firefighter Gustavo Alzate was suspended for 96 hours for gross negligence. The crash happened last August near Northwest 12th Avenue and Northwest 14th Street, just a few blocks from Jackson Memorial Hospital. The fire engine was on its way to a call when it crashed into a rescue unit that was also on a call. 14 people, including 7 firefighters and 3 children, were injured.
In campaign 2016 and all week long, CBS 4 is in the first in the nation primary battleground state of New Hampshire. Many of the candidates are there too. There's more breaking news tonight. A medical crew trying to rescue American troops surrounded by enemy fighting right now in Afghanistan.
We'll have the latest on that situation in just a moment. Plus this.
I'm sure their intentions were trying to kill me.
Test drive kidnapping. A car salesman locked in a trunk and left for dead. How technology helped him survive.
And fans of the show Making a Murderer, hoping the Netflix hit gets a real-life rewrite. The push for change gaining steam tonight. Thanks for watching us tonight. That's it for us. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next. His guests include John Krasinski.
It's going to be good. And remember to join CBS 4 this morning. It starts at 5 a.m. Have a great night.